Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We haven't had one of these mail day things in a while, and it's because I haven't bought too many things. This one's going to be a little bit longer because we have this card to talk about, which is very expensive, and I have quite a few things to say. But we've got some mail, some stuff I haven't opened up yet, some stuff I have opened up, bought little things over the past few weeks. Bought this Ring of Destruction. The guy listed it as light play, but I looked at it and it looked near mint. And I even contacted him and I asked him, is this actually light play or is it near mint? Turns out he said it was like basically mint. So picked it up. I hope I have some penny sleeves here. But I love these Ultimate Rares from Duelist Pack Kaiba. It's just such a super collectible card, and I mean for like $15, there's a dent there. I don't like that. Minus that dent, it's great. I'm not too happy about that. I think I paid $12. Ooh, that's not great, but it looks nice. Super sick card. I think I'm probably gonna let it pass because I paid pretty cheap for it. Really cool. I've got a lot of these now, and I will continue to buy them as I see. Next, we've got some more singles. Pot of Duality. I picked up, I think, 2 of these for around 20 to 22 each. These are just collection pieces, in my opinion. A card I really liked. It was used for a very long time. I wasn't going to pay $60 or however much it was selling for, so I waited, and now they're like 20 bucks, so you can pick them up. Trying to get one for a while. I haven't seen one for a good price, so I finally got 2. Actually showed up around the same time. Trying to get a third one, maybe a fourth, but 2 is a good start. Next we have Obelisk from Battle Pack 2. It's kind of a random purchase. I was going through one of my binders and I noticed that I was missing the Obelisk from Battle Pack. I have Raw and Slifer in a spot, but I didn't have this one, so I went ahead and picked this up. I think it was $3, so yeah, pretty cheap. And lastly, of last week, I believe, or maybe the week before that, is a Slifer from the movie Still Sealed. You can usually get these for about $50, maybe $60 when they show up. But these are always solid buys just because they're pretty much always going to be PSA 10s unless they've creased or something, because they were printed very well. It's still in the sleeve, so there's likely no scratches. I looked at this one. The centering looks good. So it should be a PSA 10 when I send it in. And you buy them for $50 and you grade them and you can sell them for $200, $250, so pretty good deal. So they're the singles that are not either in packages. These aren't opened. I got these today. The next one we have is a PSA card. It is Royal Decree. This is a card I find really cool. I think this card looks best in Super. I don't know, you can just kind of see it a little bit more in my opinion. I picked this up for I believe $30, more than I wanted to pay, but it's a Dark Beginning 2 Super Rare. I think it's a kind of an iconic card, and I like it. So $30 seemed reasonable, considering these things cost like $9 nowadays to grade, and then shipping back and forth, you're looking at $11. I have a few of these, but none of them are even close to 10, so I just thought I'd buy one. And auction came up, and I bought it. Alright, so now before, this we'll talk about last, because this is a really big one. We'll go ahead and open up this package. Oh, man. So this one's in a, I don't know what this is. Oh, High Priestess, there it is. I was wondering where this was. So this was another one where I have a few of these. I have one only in Secret First Edition. I have a few unlimited ones. This one I got for $13. Thought I'd just pick it up. It actually looks... It almost looks gradable, dude. Got some lines up and down. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a little bit of wear, but it's just going to go into a binder. Again, I've got 2 of these. These are just old school secret rares at this point that you can pick up pretty cheap. They were once really expensive, but now they're cheap, and that's when I'll buy them. Alright, so we'll go into this. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I think I have an idea. If it's what I think it is, it's a very expensive card that I definitely overpaid for, but for a reason. Packaged well, so that's a good sign. It's in there. It's in a top loader, that's also a good sign. Sometimes people just ship things in envelopes. In fact, that Ring of Destruction Ultimate Rare, it came in an envelope, and that's it. No cardboard, no top loader, nothing. Just naked and raw inside. Oh boy, this is a big one. So this is a Gate Guardian. And I'm a little ashamed to say that I paid $150 for this. That's a lot of money for a Gate Guardian. And also this is taped weirdly. But it looked like perfect. Like it looked like potentially a 10. I know that's hard to say, especially with older cards. Jesus. Alright, I'm going to get this tape off. This is a weird way to tape this. Alright, there we go. Now it's all over my fingers. Look at that. So I've got my penny sleeves here just in case. I'd be happy with a 9. I mean, with a 9, you'd almost break even. A 9, I believe, sells for, I don't know, I think it sells for 200 something, and a 10 is like $800. 10s are extremely difficult, but I'd be super happy with a 9. I mean, this thing looked really good. So we're going to have to be super careful because these things, obviously being old, but also I paid a lot more than normal market price. So check that out. The front looks good. We've got good centering. Oh wow, look at that. Dude, there's a scratch right there. One small scratch. That's a setting. I don't know if that's going to detract and push it down to a 9, but whew. This thing is minty. Wow. This thing is really nice. Centering looks really good. Like, really good. I'm not sure how you'd give this not a 9.5. Probably going to send this off to Beckett, to BGS. Wow. That one scratch will probably hold it back from getting a 9.5 surface, but this is incredible condition. Yeah, as soon as, I was browsing like the new listings, and as soon as I saw it, I purchased it within like 2 minutes. I now analyzed it, I looked at it, I made sure it looked alright, it did, and I purchased it immediately. That scratch, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to see a scratch like that. So I'm just trying to get it into a card saver, and we'll definitely send that one off and see what it gets. I think this has a shot at getting a 9.5 from Beckett. I don't think it can get a PSA 10. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it has a chance to get a 9.5 with pretty high subgrades. And if that's the case, I would like to keep it. So I would send it off to Beckett. Alright, so those are the cards that I've purchased in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, this one as well, but this is a really big one. So I purchased this one. It is a Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon first edition from the Duelist Genesis. Check that out. Those scratches are on the case, which is unfortunate, but the card is very clean. Again, that's all on the case, unfortunately. Might have to get it recased one day, but the card's very nice. I paid $1,100 for this. I bought it off of a guy. He was originally selling on eBay. I got him to sell it, just directly through PayPal, so I got it a little bit cheaper. But dude, these things are expensive. In PSA 10, I think they're like 5,000 to 7,000. That's a thumbnail right there. Let's get that. Yeah. And, I really wanted to pick them up. What kind of got me was GX cards are going sky high in price. I mean, we've talked about the Cyber End Dragon. I think I've talked about the Elemental Hero stuff just really rocketing in price. So I thought before these things get too monstrously expensive, even as 9s, I thought I should pick one up because I really want one, and the price has only been going up. If you don't know, the Ghost Rares from the Duelist Genesis and also Crossroads of Chaos can only be gotten from tins. The first edition packs only came from tins, so they never made any booster boxes. It makes these cards very rare. Anything from the Duelist Genesis or Crossroads of Chaos is going to be very expensive. And, that on top of the fact that, this was the boss monster of 5Ds. everybody knows the Stardust. Everybody knows Black Rose. So those two elements make this card extremely expensive. Raw, you're looking at $600-700. And everyone also knows that with Ghost Rares, the foiling scratches super easy, so it's not uncommon to get these Ghost Rares with tons of scratches. This thing's like a newer card, and it's scratched to hell. So you can see the scratches there. So it's super difficult, especially on these older cards, 2008, to find this stuff in minty shape, not already graded. So I went ahead and picked it up, paid a lot for it. Over $1,000. That's the most I've ever paid for a card. But out of the two, Black Rose and Stardust, this one's a lot more expensive. So next I'll work on Black Rose, but we got the tough one out, man. And those scuffs on the cases are ugly. Yeah, I might have to get this recased. That's a severe scratch right there on the case. So the foil on this card does have a few scratches. It's hard to kind of get that angle, but they're on there. I think there's one kind of going like diagonally, but the premium that you pay for this card in PSA 10 is like absurd in my opinion. For $5,000, you could get, I think, every PSA 9 Ghost Rare. I'd rather have that instead of this card in PSA 10. I am totally happy with a PSA 9. It's a mint card. I've talked about it before. I'm not a hardcore PSA 10 collector. A PSA 9 is beautiful, and that's enough. If I can get it in 10, yeah, of course, I'd like to have it in 10, but I'm not willing to pay the premium that the 10 brings. Anyways, guys, sorry for the longer video. Showed you guys a lot of stuff. This one will absolutely be graded by BGS, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it has nice centering. It has a good surface except for the one scratch on the back. The edge is good, corners are good. I think this is a BGS, and I think we have a chance at a 9.5. So I'll definitely send that off probably pretty soon here. I'm waiting on some other cards to send off to BGS as well. And then I'll let you guys know when I do that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.